The Sikha for Parshat Masa'eh in this series is drawn from Likutei Sichot volume 13 and deals with the distribution of land identified in the Chumash as Eretz Canaan, which up until the year 2488 was home to a series of nation states: the Canaanites, the Perizzites, the Hivites, the Jebusites, and the Hittites. And following a 14-year conquest by Yehoshua, the land became home to the 12 Shevatim. The Sikha focuses upon the text dealing with the process in which the land was distributed amongst the Shevatim, and primarily what seems to be contradictory information regarding that distribution. On the one hand, that the distribution was one that was based on seichel, it was logical and fair. This is reflected in two locations. Firstly, Bamidbar 33:54, that L'Rav, to the more populous tribe, Tarbu et Nachlator, you should increase the allocation. V'lema'at, to the smaller tribe, Tamit et Nachlator, the allocation was to be smaller. These instructions were a repeat of information given to Moshe Rabbeinu in an earlier perek, Bamidbar 26:54, where we have a distinction that is made between a tribe that was Rav and one that was Ma'at, the definition of which could be understood as either quantitatively, in other words, from the standpoint of the population, a more populous tribe would require more land than the smaller tribe in population. Alternatively, these two terms, Rav and Ma'at, could refer to the needs of the respective tribes, a qualitative distinction. Tribes that needed more land for pasture and agriculture would receive a greater allotment than the tribes that were Ma'at, requiring less dependence on the size of land. But then, in the very same breath, the pasuk states, "V'hitnachaltem et haaretz bagoral," which in this context would reflect a division of land not according to logic or needs, but rather on the metaphysical forces, which in a world without HaKadosh Baruch Hu, we call these forces luck, as in a lottery situation. In a religious context, Goral would reflect forces that are beyond the control of man. This concept of Goral is also mentioned in the earlier segment, the original communication regarding the allocation of land to Moshe Rabbeinu, Bamidbar 26:55 states, Ach bagoral yechalek haaretz. The land was to be divided through a goral system. So that what we have here is some textual tension between what appears to be two contradictory forces. On the one hand, the land was to be divided according to the rules of fairness, size of population, or the needs of the population. On the other hand, we are told that the division of the land came about through the Goral system using the forces of Ruach HaKodesh.